blessed peace, blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, blessed peace is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Clap. Yay. One of my favorite Daniel Nahmod tunes. Thank you so much for bringing us into that thought of living that perfect peace and being in that holy place all the time. I love it. All right, my name is Dana Zahler. It's my honor and privilege to be here with you. And happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone. And special greeting to those of you who are joining us on live stream or who are joining us later on this week sometime. We honor that we are all one in spirit. So special thanks to the music team who came in on a holiday weekend. Thank you so much. So Nikki, Sandra, Chris, it's great to see you all. Great to hear you all. And to our media team in the back who kind of make everything work on the technicality side. So thank you, Byron and Wayne. So our talk title today by our good friend Stephanie is In Celebration of ... right? Fill in the blank. In celebration of. So let's be in that spirit of celebration. All right, so opening music. Take it away.
All right. I'm going to invite people to stand, if you would like, and sing along with this. This is one of Michael Robinson's, In This Moment. 1, 2, 3, oh, not take it too fast, that's right.
I see is where I belong. In this moment is where I belong. In this moment I'm free. In this moment is where I belong. In this moment is where I belong. In this moment is where I belong. In this moment I see I am, I am, I am, I am.
Sacred song, it's sometimes hard to know whether to clap or not, but deepest appreciation. I think I want to just stay in that little sacred place. In this moment is where I belong. Okay, thank you for still standing because it's time to greet your neighbor. So just take a minute to say hello with a fist bump or a hug, a high five, whatever works. Oh, okay.
No matter what I tried or whatever,
Yeah,
I could
it's
not
weird.
get it. And Dominique wasn't available to
She's
get
doing
that.
the kids
So,
today. So.
anyway, I'm sorry. I put the other one back.
Yeah. Good point.
I do want to give you a hug. Good hugger. Oh,
One last hug.
one last hug. That was a good one. All right. It's time for our Unity's statement for peace. So we will say this together. Together, Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, the many ways to worship God, for there is one power and presence of God, and that God loves each one of us equally. It is therefore the position of unity to urge all nations, their leaders, and their people to turn to God by whatever the name, for guidance during these challenging times, and to pursue peace, not war, for that is what honors the God of all our faith traditions. Take a second to take that in. Okay, our spiritual nugget for today by Rumi. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. Thank you. That's awesome.
Peace.
righteousness and surrender to the peace I choose today.
My all I give, my love for all, my all I give, my love for all. Peace is the reason
We're here today. No accident. We've been called by name, called to lay down our lives, stand up for greater good, and surrender to the peace we choose today. Peace we choose today. Peace today.
Peace we
Peace we bring
today.
peace today.
Peace we
Peace we live.
oh today.
Peace today. Peace today.
Ah, that was so beautiful. It literally brought me to tears. Thank you. That was just, I got some feels, so let me take a deep breath. You heard the one where the two dogs and a cat go to heaven? As they stand before the throne, God asks them how they were as pets during their time on earth. And the first dog, what am I doing? Slide back. Better? There? Are we good there? Thank you. The first dog describes how he loved his family and protected them and always obeyed them. And he was invited to sit at the right hand of the throne. The second dog is asked about his time and describes how he was a service dog and how he took care of his owner and kept them safe. And he was invited to sit on the left side of the throne. And God asks the cat the same question. The cat looks up from licking his paw and after a bored yawn says, I think you're in my spot. You know the problem with jokes about death, it's the execution. Oh, you didn't get that. Ba-bum-bum, don't unfriend me. It took a second, yeah. It's Memorial Day weekend. And for some of us, this marks the kickoff of summer. The first barbecue of the season, the first potato salads, the opening of public pools and theme parks. For others, it is the first camp out, an opportunity to get out of the city, reconnect with nature, maybe roast some marshmallows, have some s'mores. And for others, this is an opportunity to decorate the graves of loved ones who have transitioned into spirit or whatever systems they have about death. This holiday was originally created to honor the soldiers who were lost in the Civil War. There were so many soldiers lost in the Civil War that the United States had to purchase land to bury them all. And that is how our national cemeteries were born. Even before the Civil War ended, there were women's groups across Georgia who began to decorate the graves of Confederate soldiers who had been lost in the war. This greatly affected one of the generals, and General John Logan declared that May 30th would be Decorations Day. And this date was chosen because there wasn't any particular battle fought that day, and flowers would be in bloom. Americans immediately embraced Decorations Day. The first year, more than 27 states held some sort of ceremony. A speech was given in Arlington to 5,000 people who decorated more than 20,000 grave sites. Within 4 years, every former state of the Union had adopted it as an official holiday. But for 50 years, the holiday was to commemorate those who were killed only in the Civil War. It wasn't until America's entry into World War I that the tradition was expanded to include those who were killed in all wars. Memorial Day was not officially recognized nationwide until the 1970s, when it was changed to the last Monday in May to give federal employees a 3-day holiday. Now, that did not come without a lot of controversy and lobbying to return to May 30th as the official observation date. But here we are. For those of you who lost loved ones who perished in the war, my deepest condolences. I do not like war. I would like to say that no one likes war. But based on what I have seen in the world and continue to see, there are those who are absolutely committed to war and very committed to dragging others into their cause for war. War has always been present on this planet. There's recorded evidence of war over 13,000 years ago. And I'm sure it was going on long before that. While it is Memorial Weekend, it is not Memorial Day. I leave tomorrow to be honored as it should. I am not qualified to speak on the justifications or the lack of justifications for war. And I'm not here to tell you what your politics should be. At the same time, I cannot say that I am not interested in war. I am very interested in war. I'm interested in how humans can become so radicalized that they will commit great atrocities against each other. I am interested in how people become radicalized, because I think that if you can become radicalized to war, you can become radicalized to peace, but peace seems to be harder. I want to be a radical for peace. I want to be an absolute zealot. I want the world to join me. I don't know that I can change the world. I don't know that I can change my own corner, but I can change myself, and that's where it starts. Christ's very first words to the apostles after his resurrection were, "Peace be to you." I get it. The Christ had been crucified. The tomb is empty. The disciples' lives are at risk, and they're trying to shelter in a safe place. The doors are locked. There's no way in, and their dead master, the Christ, shows up in the middle of the room. Peace would not be my first reaction, and it wasn't theirs. And Christ knew this. He didn't say, "Hey guys, I'm back, what'd I miss?" He said, "Peace be with you," because he knew that they were shaken in their sandals. Christ knew how difficult it would be for us to achieve inner peace, the kind of peace that remains undisturbed in the face of great tribulation, or in the case of his disciples, enormous shock. They had been with him for an incredible long time. They had had personal exposure to his love, his teachings, and all of his methods, and they still did not have it. Again, I understand, no judgment here. I'm a skeptic, probably a doubting Thomas. I'm a show-me girl. Peace does not come through osmosis. You have to do the work. The ancient Greeks considered peace to be the absence of conflict, but for the Hebrews it meant blessings, especially a right relationship with God, as you understand God. And Christ had that right relationship. Peace is the result of releasing all within us that is not peace. And the moment you say, "I just want peace," the journey begins. When we make our declarations, when we claim our divine right for peace, and it is our divine right, the first thing that happens is we are shown all within us or all that is around us that is not peace. You will see every single thing in your life that is the opposite of peace or against peace. And you might find yourself very unpeaceful. But this is what we must overcome. We become peaceful warriors, which sounds like an oxymoron, but peaceful warriors we are, chasing down and transforming all obstacles standing in the way of creating peace within ourselves so that we can be of peace to others, and so on and so on. Not many people will know the battles that we fight within ourselves to achieve peace, the transformations we make, the stuff we let go of, and the stuff we forgive. We don't get medals for decorations, for not honking at drivers or rolling our eyes during difficult conversations. We don't get a certificate of appreciation for not matching the elevated energy of someone we have had a disagreement with. We don't get Nobel Peace Prizes for learning the art of shutting up. In truth, peacekeepers, yeah, that's a good one to learn. In truth, peacekeepers would be embarrassed to be celebrated, as it isn't something they do for recognition. It is a way of life and a way of being. And when it becomes natural, there isn't any other way to live. But we are going to celebrate anyway. We are going to call out all those little and not so little things to show that we are peacekeepers and are at least trying to become peacekeepers. So did you get up today and appreciate that your body is still working, or mostly working, or partly working? Did you give gratitude for this amazing three-dimensional vehicle that you have been given to carry around your consciousness? This vehicle is a miracle. Absolute miracle. It is amazing that any of us are born or functioning at all. And the design of this machine is magnificent. Failure to acknowledge the divine being that you are is not humility, it's abuse. Every time you are cruel to your machine, you are telling Source they screwed up. And that's impossible because you probably chose this machine. So be kind to yourself above all. Have you managed to stop living under the weight of your own self-judgment and negativity? You're fabulous. Do you have people in your home that you are absolutely convinced are fully committed to annoying you, and you let that go? Amazing. Did you tell someone today that you loved them? What's better than love? Nothing. Did you pray for someone today? Look at you go. Did you meditate? Then prayer is sure to come to you. I know I'm annoying you, Byron. I'm sorry. See if that's better. I promise I'll try not to move around. When you've been crossed lately or perceived to be disrespected in some way, were you able to self-regulate and not escalate the situation? Did you speak your truth in kindness instead of harshness? Blessed be the peacemakers. Did you take responsibility for and apologize for being a turd? Did you refrain from words like, I'm sorry you feel that way? Or if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. You deserve a medal. Have you been the recipient of somebody else's toxic remark, and instead of showing them the unhealed version of themselves, of yourself, you practiced the art of shutting up and thanked them in your mind for the practice? You're fabulous. There are times when I leave a conversation with the words in my head, thank you for the practice, thank you for the practice, thank you for the practice. Did you refrain from taking something personal? When you sensed a change in someone else's energy, did you ask them if they were okay? And if there was something you could do to support them instead of treating them poorly because they were cold, rude, insert whatever word you want to here. That's Nobel Prize stuff. Listen, if we're all connected, and we are, and if our thoughts and words are energy, and they are, then I need to be careful about what I'm putting out here because the law of rhythm is real. That whole you reap what you sow, and what you sow you own, and what you own always comes home, that's real. What you believe is what you create. If you think your thoughts don't have power, then you do not understand prayer. Our thoughts towards others have power also. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, is only one half of the equation. What you think matters, and whether it's negative or positive, it has influence. One of the practices that I do is whenever there's someone I'm in disharmony with, I go within myself, I hold that person in my mind, and I try to see them differently. I release the negative thoughts I have about them, and I send love and light. I ask that all I want for myself, they receive also, because maybe they are reacting to my energy and my thoughts about them. I can't change them, but I can change me. One of the Secrets books has an exercise that says take your enemy, for lack of a better word, and write down 10 good things about them. This can take a little bit of time. It might take you hours. It might take you days. But see if you can find 10 good things about this person. It may not change the person, but it might change you, and that is a positive thing. So let's go deeper. Did you stop living under the weight of someone else's opinion of you? Someone who really mattered and hurt you, and forgiven them? Have you released the need for someone to be different than they are or were? Were you able to hold space for someone, even appreciate the differences of another person so much that were you to go to a protest, you would find yourselves on opposite sides? I want to throw you a parade. Did you go to therapy, spiritual classes, communication classes, read books, or do self-help to learn how to let go of all that obstructs your peace? You deserve a letter of recognition. If you've had those dark nights of the soul where the pain was so deep, the voices were so real, the dark was so impenetrable, and yet you found a way out of the web of lies and into the light, you are extraordinary. And if you took that experience and turned it into light and made it into something that transformed you into a kinder, newer version of yourself who leads others through the darkness, well, now you're also an alchemist, and I want to be your friend. Put me on your team. If you are sitting here today, you are proof that your success rate for surviving bad days is 100%. Even when you didn't think you would make it. Did you do the scary thing, the thing that terrified you? Did you bomb and do it anyway? Did you do it and find out that nobody cared as much as you thought they would? Did you do it and find out you were amazing? Shine that light, baby. Can you look back over your life with amazement at who you are now compared to who you were a year ago, a decade ago, maybe even yesterday? Celebrate every version of yourself you have ever been, because you have never, ever been this version of yourself. Right here, right now, you are a brand new being. I have never been this version of Stephanie before. I'm kind of excited to see what happens next, because you just never know. You've never been this version of yourself. Aren't you kind of excited to see what happens next? You have always been doing the best that you can with what you've had at the time. Honor who you've been. Celebrate who you're becoming. Take the wins, learn from the losses. Celebrate every bit of ground you gain for peace. I believe that peace leads to unity. I'm not talking about mind hive unity. I'm talking about the kind of unity that makes it impossible to commit the kinds of atrocities that we see and have seen against one another. The kind of unity that does not come from government regulations, punishment, toxic shame, and the public canceling of one another, but comes from an organic and natural kind of unity where differences are celebrated and encouraged. Creativity and creation are appreciated in the order of the day. A unity where my desires do not impede on your ability to become the highest version of who you can be, but also doesn't require me to give away my safety or my power. Where the traumas we heal from are what happened to us, not who happened to us. I want the kind of unity that when future generations look back, anything that came before is incomprehensible because we don't know how to be anything but peaceful, and that feels amazing. In John 14, Jesus tells us that this peace will be unlike anything else disguised as peace from any other source. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let your hearts not be troubled, neither let them be afraid. The journey to peace requires clarity and forgiveness and a whole lot of love. But it is how we achieve world peace, one person at a time, one battle at a time. We can change the world. Like the women in white in Liberia. In 2003, Liberia was in its 14th year of civil war. The women of Liberia were over it. They had had enough of the atrocities of war, and there were many. They started a movement. The face of the movement was Lema Bowie, a social worker who had specialized in trauma and was treating boys who had been child soldiers. She stated that they would take the destiny of Liberia into their own hands, and they did. Muslims and Christian women joined together in a mutual cause. They started by dressing in white, singing and praying in the marketplaces. They declared they would withhold sex from their husbands to put pressure on their husbands, to put pressure on other government officials. Now, I'm not making any suggestions here. I'm just saying that's what they did. Their numbers grew, and their efforts eventually brought about a meeting for peace talks between a corrupt president and a multitude of warlords. The women formed a human barricade in the building so no one could escape. They sat in the halls, they prayed, they sang. One guy tried to go out a window and they dragged him back in. These women had decided no one was leaving until peace had been achieved. The wars would end now. They were successful. They went on to successfully impact women's rights, voting rights, and brought into power Liberia's first female president. Lema Bowie won a Nobel Peace Prize and has become a global leader. She's 52. When this movement started, she was 21. 21. Wow. This was a woman committed to peace. She is one of many who have changed the course of entire countries without a single atrocity. She is a light to the world. She is one of many. There are so many others, some still with us, some martyred. They are the light, as you are the light, as I am the light. And together we can change the world. You don't have to change an entire country, but man, go ahead if you want to. I believe in you. Do it. And if you're like me, where you're just trying to change yourself and become a better person, keep going. Keep celebrating yourselves. 1 James tells us to be accommodating, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace reap the fruit of righteousness. Become a radical, become a zealot for peace. Don't get too caught up in the rough days, the hard days, the almost impossible days. These are the days to release what needs to be released so you can become the next version of yourself, a version that is one step closer to the type of peace that Christ promises. We can achieve that. Peace be with you. Thank you.
want every word of your script. I absolutely love you. You are so different from me, and I can learn so much from you. And I absolutely love you. Thank you so much. Wow. There's so many things I want to say about that, and peace is really my mission, but going to radicalization, I am on to that. And you can help me with that. Wow, so much. That is so awesome. All right. Now we both need to collect ourselves here, don't we? So we are going to go into our time of meditation. So let's just start with taking some breaths. I might need a little bit of time. So let's just, as the lights begin to dim, let's just allow ourselves to go within. Go within to this sacred space that is within our individual temple. And just begin to notice that with each deep breath, just allow yourself to become more relaxed. And in that place of relaxation, envision in your mind a drop of water entering a still body of water. Just one drop of water. And see that drop of water rippling out across the entire body of water. And now allow another drop of water rippling out. And just hear those words that we heard earlier. Peace is a promise I make today. And just take those words into your own heart and hear those words as if you are speaking them to yourself. Peace is a promise I make today. Peace is a promise I make today. And although peace is not something we practice every day, peace is always present. That promise of peace involves a commitment, an allowing, a letting go. Letting go of your need to control. Letting go of your need to know the answer. Just let go. There is a deeper connection and a truer response embedded within you and always available to you. Just let go. I invite you in a moment of silence to just observe the drops of water and allow yourself to feel that presence of peace that always resides with you, that is always available to you. And just let go in the silence. thoughts come up for you, just pause and go back to the drop of water and see those rippling out. As you bring your awareness back to this physical place, just allow yourself to hear these words as your personal commitment. My all I give. My love for all. My all I give. My love for all. And feel that divine love that comes from your heart, not from your head. Feel that divine love emanating from you as you offer the peace that passes understanding to all whom you encounter. My all I give, my love for all. Please share that affirmation with me together. My all I give, my love for all. And once again, my all I give, my love for all. The power of peace resides within you, and I see you giving it freely and readily, first to yourself, and then to the entire world. Amen.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you
beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, we do have some announcements today. My friend Stephanie and I are embarking on a new project, and that is Tuesday night meditation. And we are starting the second Tuesday in June. And we are welcoming anyone who wants to drop by and experience that peace with us. We'll be alternating weeks. We have a place on our website and also on Facebook with the QR code if anybody wants to pre-register, just so we have an idea how many to expect. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to learning from you and being present with you. So thank you for that idea. All right, so we are doing Parade of Paws. It's the first Saturday in June, which is next Saturday. We have a sign up outside. The way this works is we are actually a watering station for the parade, or the parade people and the parade pups and all those animals that come with them. And so the next corner down from our property is where we gather. We are going to gather in our parking lot because our cars will remain here, and then we can walk down there. We do have a beautiful new tent that has unity on it in those bright teal and white colors, and we do have some cute little buttons that we are going to be practicing first. We are making little buttons for the parade people. And it will be mentioning their pets' names or whatever they want to mention. So anyway, it's going to be a fun time next Saturday. If you do that, please sign up, and it's right outside the door. Okay, so the following Saturday, which is the 8th of June, is the Parade event downtown. And because of all the stuff going on downtown this year, the Parade event was overwhelmed with support and with people requesting booths, and we thought we weren't going to get one, but miracles do happen, right? So yes, we did get a booth, and yes, we did get it at the cheaper price. So yay for us. Yay for Deanna on the South Hill. So there's a sign up also out there. So basically we set up in the morning, and then the whole event goes until 9 at night. So we need people to man the booth. We are coordinating this with the South Hill Church, and there's different time slots out there. So I think they're in 3-hour increments, and we might need a little bit of help at the beginning to set up, and we might need a little bit more help at the end to tear down, because there's things like weights to hold the tent down, and things like mental capacity that you have to put it up. And we actually have a wonderful video that will help people that are in the opportunity of putting up and taking down the tent. So we are being blessed in many ways on this one, and let's all join up and celebrate the uniqueness of all of our individual citizens in Spokane. I love it that we got to do that. Okay, on the 15th of June, we are celebrating the life of our dear friend Shirley, who transitioned a few weeks ago. I can tell you that she is at peace, and she is no longer in pain, and she absolutely chose the way that she drifted off, and it's a very beautiful story. So that will be at 2 o'clock on June the 15th, and that's here, and Rich Broderhausen will be doing that service. Okay, for all of you who like to eat red meat, close your ears for a minute. We're having a barbecue. I believe we might have a vegetarian option, but for the most part, we're doing burgers and fries on this day. We have invited the other Unity communities, and we are going to be celebrating summer, hopefully. But we are celebrating fathers, we are celebrating all sorts of things, and communities. So we'll be looking forward to that. Hope you can be here, and we're asking everyone to bring a side dish to share, and the church is providing the meats and the buns and the drinks. So time to celebrate, right? Isn't that what we were talking about today? All right, thank you. All right. Yes. That is the 30th, sorry. June the 30th, right after service. So we'll be starting about 12:30. The last Sunday in June. Oh, this is just a general statement. We are interested in any volunteering that you might want to do. Use your imagination. Anyone that has a few extra hours or maybe an inspiration of something you'd like to contribute here, as far as could be decorating, it could be just about anything. Could be planting flowers, pulling weeds. Use your imagination on that. Anyway, we celebrate all volunteers and we welcome anybody to jump into the pool. Okay, good news. Make sure you don't miss a thing if you haven't received a newsletter yet. Okay, if you do not get our newsletters and you want to be on the email list, the master list, please let us know. If you haven't been getting it, we'd love to add your email to our list. We are sending out a newsletter this coming week. So now is the time to make sure you are on the distribution for that. Okay, thank you. So that was a lot of announcements today. We got some stuff going on here. Okay, so this is our time when we are going to receive the tithes. And for those who are not contributing, we really want you to participate in being in this state of intentional giving. So as the basket comes around, if you can be holding that intentional giving, that is the secret sauce to the benefit in tithing. It's if you are giving intentionally, it is benefiting you as well as the receiver. So thank you for the opportunity to allow you to give. All right, and we'll pass the baskets down. All right. I invite you to share with me our love offering blessing. There we go. Together. Divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. And now Doug will place the prayer box at the back of the sanctuary, and that is just our reminder to please put any prayer intentions you have into the box, and we will be honored to pray with and for you for 30 days, as will Silent Unity. So take that opportunity. Thank you, Doug. All right, time for the children. They're right back there. I can see them. Come on in, kids.
You are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. You are walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the
Oh, I love this. Look at these little beauties. All right, so Dominique was with the kids today because Kendra had to be hurried out of town on a kind of a family emergency, and we're seeing all of that going well for that family. But anyway, I'm going to let you kind of talk about what they did today.
Good morning, everyone. Oop, that is a hot mic. Today we talked about what it means to be grateful, and I will have our friends talk about that a little further. But we talked about what it means to be grateful, some things that we're grateful for. Then we drew it, and we or wrote down kind of things that we're grateful for. And then we talked about music and how we can be grateful for music and what it does and how it makes us feel. And then we did an activity where we listened to 3 different songs without any words, and we wrote down or drew how it made us feel. Do you want to talk some more about it? No? Okay, you don't have to. Yeah, that's okay. Anyone else want to say anything? That's okay, no worries. But you can maybe hold up your stuff that you made. We can show them. I think it's pretty cool.
All right, let's all join in the circle and we'll sing. Oh, excuse me, the blessing. Thank you for reminding me. All right, we will bless you kids and then you will bless us back, right? Oh, look at this. How adorable. Okay, together. God loves you and accepts you just the way you are. And I love you and accept you just the way you are. I behold the Christ you are. Oh. All right, your turn, kids. Together. God loves you and accepts you just the way you are. And I love you and accept you just the way you are. The Christ you are. Beautiful. Yay, thank you. All right, now we're going to get in a circle.
Wherever we are, God